Well, awesome. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. Super excited. I absolutely love oils and I love teachers. Interesting enough, that is what I went to school for. I always thought I'd be an elementary school teacher my entire life. I actually did go to school for it and even assistant taught in about 3 or 4 different schools. But I actually had a career change early on, and I ended up going to pastry school. So I went to pastry school and then became a pastry chef and actually opened up my own bakery. So I've had a bakery for about 10 years now. And then about 6 years ago, I got addicted to essential oils. They really were those magical voodoo oils that I was hoping for. And then about 3 years ago, I started doing it as a business and really educating people and helping them and helping other people do it as a business too. And just making sure I can give all my full attention to helping my customers really learn how to use oils the best way. So we do have a private community called Obsessed with Essentials, which I'll talk more about throughout the video and give you a peek inside what that looks like. But our mission is just to really educate people, because I feel like without educating on essential oils, people normally get them and then have no clue how to use them or feel unsure or too cautious about using them, and sadly they sit in the cupboard. So hopefully today, if you are a teacher or not, you can walk away learning a little bit more about essential oils, what they are, some safety, why we love doTERRA, the top 3 ways to use them, and then some of my top favorite oils for oils in the classroom and at home for like stress, anxiety, sleep, stomach issues, and all of that. And then if you do want to get started with oils at the end of this, I will have an opportunity. I have 2 different teacher starter kits that I put together for people that want to get started with oil, so I will go over those as well. If for some reason you have to jump off the webinar early and miss some of it, just let me know. You can email me and I can send you the recording, but definitely if you can stay live the whole time, since I can answer questions at the end, and I am adding on freebies if anybody wants to get started tonight. So let's get started with it. So I always want to answer the question for people of what essential oils are. So I'm going to click over to a slideshow I've created. I'll be talking throughout it and then jumping back and forth between the slideshow and myself live. If you have any questions at all, you can either unmute yourself and then I can hear you, or you can type them in the side chat bar and then I will be talking about those as well. So let's see, we already have one question, which is great. Okay. One thing about ingesting them. Awesome. Okay. So I can go over that as well. We'll go about talking about ingesting essential oils, because that is definitely a hot topic, and that is one of the main ways, the 3 ways that you can use oil. So I will talk about that in a second and hope I can answer that question for you. Okay, let's get going. Okay. I asked in our private community, I said to people, okay, who are you of teachers and how are you using oils, and why are you loving them? And so one person wrote, I teach 4th grade. I usually diffuse a citrus oil and purify during the first part of the day and then switch it up to vetiver and grapefruit towards the end of the day when my students are starting to get restless. Not only do I love having a diffuser in my classroom, but my students are always requesting it if it's not turned on yet. For Christmas, I gave a diffuser and oils to my partner teacher since we share our 2 classes. The day she started using it, her students came to my class thanking me for getting a diffuser for her classroom. So that's sort of the gift I'm hoping to give you guys today. Hopefully you can get turned on to essential oils, start incorporating them, and then have either your family or your friends or your students absolutely loving them and using them alongside of you. Another person wrote in there, I teach kindergarten. I diffuse Breathe, Wild Orange, Lavender, and On Guard. I let the kids pick, or if I feel there are too many kids coming down with something, I diffuse On Guard and Breathe together. They love it. So I'll be sharing a couple more testimonials and ways that other teachers in our group use the oils. One second, let me just unmute a couple people throughout the event, but that was just one I wanted to share real quick. So let me see if that one is muted real quick. Okay, so let me just go back 1 second. Then we'll get sharing again and we'll be good to go. Okay, so what are essential oils? So essential oils are basically the super fuel of a plant. So they're either cold pressed or steam distilled, and they're highly concentrated. So just think of taking lavender or the rind of a lemon or peppermint or the bark of a tree, and they're basically cold pressing or steam distilling that, and then it is very concentrated, like I said. So for example, 1 drop of peppermint is the equivalent of 28 cups of peppermint tea. So we're talking about very potent. That's why these little bottles, to some people, might seem expensive, but they are so powerful, so potent, and so effective that you need very little to get, an actual I guess benefit. I was going to say reaction, but benefit, your body benefiting from them. So instead of taking like medication where you have to take it, a ton of it at once, you're not like chugging back the bottle or anything like that. We're using essential oil drops, and a lot of times we're diluting them. So I will talk about how we dilute in a second. So like I said, they come from the roots, the flowers, the fruit, the rinds, the bark, everything like that. It's basically nature's medicine cabinet. So there's 3 main ways to use essential oils: aromatically, topically, and internally. So we're going to go over those 3 ways on how to use them. So aromatically, you can add oils to a diffuser, which is one of my favorite ways to use them. You can add 1 to 2 drops in your hand. You can rub it together and inhale. You can add it to a steamy shower. You can use a personal inhaler or diffuser jewelry. Diffusing instantly goes into your brain within about 22 seconds. So this sort of graphic shows you how essential oils work. There's your brain, your cortex, everything like that, and you inhale it, and it says when you sniff an essential oil, some of the molecules of the oil actually enter your nostrils and dissolve in your olfactory. These molecules stimulate the receptors of the information to your olfactory cortex, where perception of smell is processed. This is the point at which you recognize what you're smelling. But something else happens when you inhale them. The signals from your olfactory receptors are transmitted to the other parts of your brain that govern emotion, memory, learning, and behavior. That is why certain scents have an impact on your emotions, and it is the reason why aromatherapy is so effective. It works by triggering these parts of your brain. Smelling certain essential oils can change the way you feel almost instantly. In fact, research shows that everything from nausea, stress, insomnia, anxiety, dementia, high blood pressure can be positively affected by airborne essential oils. And that is from the book Just the Essentials. So another way you can use essential oils is topically. So when you use an essential oil topically, they can actually penetrate your skin and then pass into the bloodstream, and they go to the different parts of your body for internal therapeutic benefits. We'll talk about quality in a second, but there's definitely a difference between your $5 frankincense from Walmart in the bin or getting your frankincense from doTERRA. They're also great for things like skincare, anxiety, respiratory issues, energy, muscle pain, etc. So when we always will give you guidelines for diluting for different ages. We can show you where to apply it, and we have the charts and the recipes, so you won't feel like, all lost when trying to use your essential oils topically, which is what people tend to do. And then all they use is maybe lavender in the diffuser or something like that. We want to make sure you use them right away. So I'm going to go over in 1 second to share this for a second. So when we use essential oils topically, I just wanted to give you a visual. You'll see in the starter kit I put tonight, we have a lot of different roller bottles. So I'm really passionate about adding free roller bottles onto any of the starter kits that people get started with, because I want to make sure you use your oils right away, you feel comfortable, and you use them on the go. Because if you were to take your essential oil bottles, most people aren't going to carry all 12, 15, however many bottles you have with you wherever you go, but we want to make sure if you have a headache, if you have a stomach ache, if you have anxiety, you have your oils with you, especially at least your key ones. Maybe you have really chronic allergies or things like that with you on the go. So we normally recommend using roller bottles. Another thing about essential oils is when you put them on your skin, they're actually really volatile. So that actually when you put them on, a lot of it goes out into the air and disperses, and it doesn't even get into your skin, into your bloodstream. But when you use something called a carrier oil, which is normally a fractionated coconut oil, it looks like this. This is what comes in both of the starter kits we're talking about tonight. It always stays liquid. It doesn't solidify like a cooking coconut oil. You could use that cooking coconut oil if you needed to real quickly, put a little in the palm of your hand, add a drop of lavender if you have a burn or something like that, or a fever, and you can use that and apply it on. But if you want to make a roller bottle, we're going to use fractionated coconut oil. It always stays liquid. It doesn't smell or really stain, so it's a great carrier oil. You can get it in bulk on Amazon. I just always get it organic, but we have it in the starter kit for you as well to get going. So when you use essential oils, you can use oils on infants up to elderly, men and women, but you want to make sure you're diluting it properly. Like we said earlier, 1 drop of peppermint is the equivalent of 28 cups of peppermint tea. So you aren't going to do the same dosage you do on a male adult on an infant, right? So with essential oils, especially for little kids, you're really diluting them, which means A, they're super cost effective because you're barely using any drops of oil for the amount that you're putting in your roller bottle. The rest is going to be that carrier oil or the fractionated coconut oil. And so, for example, if you were going to do this roller bottle, which is Energy, one of my favorites, it has wild orange in it and peppermint. Now, normally there's 2 sizes of roller bottles, so you can see this is sort of like my medicine cabinet on the go. It's my bag of oils that I always keep with me, and I have all of my roller bottles. Sometimes I'll keep specific large bottles with me too, like frankincense for headaches or stuff like that, but most of them I keep in a roller bottle on the go, and so I'll have ones for detoxing, for get well, for stomach issues, for anxiety, a lot of mood support oils because I have kiddos and work stress and things like that. But this is what I do. So there's 2 different sizes. The ones that come in your kit are going to be the 5 ml bottles, and then there's 10 ml bottles. So some of the charts you'll see will say it's for a 10 ml bottle. If you have a chart like that, and you'll see some in our group, you're just going to cut it in half if you're going to do it for a 5 ml bottle. So pretty easy. So when you're doing a 5 ml bottle for adults, you're normally doing about 20 drops of essential oil, and the rest is the fractionated coconut oil. If it was for kiddos, you might be doing more like 3 drops or 5 drops total, and the rest is fractionated coconut oil. So it's super simple to make. My daughter makes her own roller bottles. For Energy, you would literally take your peppermint, if you're doing it for an adult, and your wild orange, and you'd be doing 10 drops of peppermint, 10 drops of wild orange, fill it up with your fractionated coconut oil, and you're done. So making roller bottles is not, sometimes people are like overwhelmed, like, oh, are they going to all be pre-made for me? And I'm like, no, they're super simple. I want you to feel confident in making your own so that when you want to experiment and try out different blends, you don't have to feel handicapped like someone else made them. I never know how to make them. So we have videos on our private Facebook group. And at the end of this, you'll see we have recipes that go over all the oil bottles that you can make out of these starter kits. So it's a great way to just look at the chart, and then it tells you how many drops for depending on the age, and then you know how many fill up for your roller bottle. So when you use a roller bottle, you can do it on different parts of your body, and the coconut oil helps to trap in the essential oil and get it deeper into your pores rather than having it go off into the air. Another thing that a carrier oil helps with is helps with skin sensitivities. So essential oils are super, super safe when used appropriately, right? We're not going to tell you to grab your bottle and chug back the entire thing, stuff like that. But when you use your oils appropriately and you're diluting them, especially, some people don't dilute some essential oils. So like lavender is a super gentle essential oil. I could put it on probably anyone's skin. It would have no skin irritation whatsoever. But like I said, it's volatile. It'll go off into the air. And the other thing that's nice about a carrier oil is you can get it on a larger area. So if you have a back pain, you can take your deep blue roller or your deep blue oil, add it with the coconut oil, and you'll get it on a larger area rather than if you only use a couple drops of the deep blue, it's hard to get it on a larger surface area. So we like using the carrier oil to get it on a larger surface oil, to trap the oil actually, it's cost effective, and then to dilute it so we don't have skin irritations. So when you're applying the essential oil for mood support or anything up to do with the brain or the mind, things like that, I like doing the temples, behind the ears or the back of the neck, maybe the chest or the wrists. All those are really great ways. You can put it on the forearm. You have veins right here, so it'll go quickly into your system. Now, if you have an issue like I have a stomach ache, right, you're going to apply it to your stomach. Or if you have a sore muscle, you'll apply it to the muscle. Then for general issues like you want immune support, you actually apply that essential oil to the bottoms of your feet a lot of times, the back of your neck, or down your spine. For kiddos, it's going to be great to use the bottoms of the feet because you really don't want to get essential oils into your eyes, ears, or nose. So that's why we put them on your feet, and then socks over it for kiddos sometimes. Older ones are totally fine, but for babies, I love the bottoms of the feet because they're not sensitive, and then I don't have to worry about them touching it and getting into any area they shouldn't be. Now, if you ever put an essential oil on your skin, it's a little sensitive. Maybe you used oregano and you didn't dilute it. That's a hot oil. You would want to use more of the carrier oil, not water. Water actually drives the essential oil deeper into your pores, and we don't really want that because it'll be a little bit, more sensitive. So grab something like the coconut oil, or you could get like even an avocado or an olive oil or even milk, but you wouldn't want to put water. Now, if you're doing it for like anti-aging skincare or acne, I actually like oils like jojoba oil or argan oil, sweet almond, rather than coconut oil, since that sometimes tends to clog people's pores on the face. But for the rest of the body, I typically use the fractionated coconut oil. Is there an advantage, someone said, doing a 5 ml versus 10 ml? Totally not. Sometimes if people are trying out new blends, they might like the smaller bottle because then it's a smaller amount they're mixing. And then maybe some of their core issue ones like immune support, where they use it every single day, maybe they'll make it in the larger size bottle because they use that one more frequently. Other people like to use the small bottles for kiddos, and they know all of those are diluted for, younger kids, and then the larger bottles for adults. So it's sort of just personal preference. And then sometimes depending on like the little carrier case you have. So in our kits tonight, I have this little cute add-on case, and it fits the 5 ml size perfectly. You can actually fit 5 of them in here, and this is great because it can go on a keychain or in a backpack. So again, this would just be like a size preference, but no, it doesn't really matter. It's just personal preference on what size you want. So that's a great question. So that is a little bit about topical use. Does anybody have any questions about topical use at all before we move on? Or aromatic use? One way that I like using for aromatic use too is you can just take your essential oil. You can take it, this is Serenity, so maybe before nighttime. And again, this one I'm not diluting. It's a very gentle oil. I'm rubbing it together on my hands. I'm cupping it over my face, and then I'd be inhaling it a couple times. That's going to be a great instant inhaler effect, right? They even have what looks like a little lipstick container, but you can either put pink salt inside, or it has like a cotton wick, and you can add your oils to that, and then it has a little inhaler on the top, and you can use that as a personal inhaler. That's great for in the classroom. You can travel around with it, have it in your pocket. If you have a little anxiety or allergies or a headache, you can pull it out, or tension, any of that. And you can have different little mini inhalers if you want to take those on the go for aromatic effect. Or the roller bottles, again, are going to be great for topical. And of course, you can inhale it too. You could even rub the roller bottle on your hand, rub it together, cup it over your face, and get an instant inhaler effect. That would be a great way to use that. So if there's no more questions on that, I'm going to move on, and then I'm going to go over to the next slide. So let me share my screen. Back over here. Okay, so the next way you can use essential oils is internally. Now, we do not recommend using essential oils internally from other companies. Internal use has been something newer in the last 10 or 15 so years because essential oils were not sourced properly, they weren't pure, they weren't going through all the standards. But recently, there has been a lot of research in other countries, even here in the US, on essential oils and internal use, and there are so many benefits to using them internally. Now, for me personally, when I got started 6 years ago, I was trying to learn everything myself. No one was really helping guide me. So I took about a year before I took any essential oils internally because I wanted to make sure I did research and feel comfortable with it. But there came a time when I was like, oh my gosh, either I'm going to go get that antibiotic that I'm used to taking my entire life, because that's what I did my entire life growing up. I was addicted to Excedrin, used it 3 to 5 times a week. I took it, antibiotics whenever I needed it, and then I completely had gut issues after that and irritable bowel syndrome. But with it, I was feeling sick, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to try essential oils internally. And I took a couple of them internally, like On Guard, oregano, frankincense when I was sick, and it literally was a game changer. So I've been using essential oils now for about 5 years internally, and absolutely cannot go without doing it now. doTERRA has the best purity. They have third-party testing, which we'll get to in a second. Their sourcing is better than anyone's out there. So it's definitely the company you'd want to go to. A lot of other companies, if you go to, there is no third-party testing, or the FDA regulation is not there at all with essential oils. No one's regulating them. So most essential oil companies on their bottles, they say, do not apply topically, do not take internally. So you want to question if you can't apply the oil topically, but yet you're inhaling it, still going to your brain, what is it there? A lot of those oil companies have been tested and shown to have fillers and contaminants. And even though it says 100% pure on the bottle, that's sort of like the word all natural when it comes to food. It does not mean it's 100% pure essential oil in there. So you want to make sure if you're wanting to have help with your insomnia or IBS or even help with cancer or things like that, you want to go with the best essential oils out there, which we'll talk about more. But as we talk about internal use, especially when you're taking them internally, you really want to know what you're putting in your body. So you can add oils directly to your water. If you want more articles on, adding them into your body and how it works, because out on the internet, there are lots of, articles. Everybody has a different opinion on essential oils and things like that. I can give you more articles for you to read a little bit more up on the science of them going into your body. So if you want that, you can just email me and I'll send you something later tonight. But with essential oils, you can definitely take them internally a couple different ways. So you could add them right under your tongue. That's going to be a great way to use them. So think oils like frankincense, I might do right underneath my tongue because it helps with inflammation in my body. Grapefruit is an amazing oil for your metabolism or detoxing, or lemon, things like that. So we add those to water. You can add 1 or 2 drops at the most. I prefer smaller amounts just because they are so potent. You always want to make sure they're in a glass cup or in stainless steel, not plastic, because they can actually break it down and leach those toxins into the water. If for some reason you don't like the taste of essential oils, and some oils definitely don't taste good, I'm going to show you what a veggie cap looks like in a second, and you can add the oils to your veggie cap and take just like a pill. So that's another option as well. So they are very potent. So when you're taking essential oils internally, a little bit goes a long way. You just can start off with a couple drops. When we go over the guidelines for internal use and stuff like that, and we always tell people use what you're comfortable with and start out slowly when you are using internal. So I'm going to show you a second what the veggie caps look like. So you can get these through doTERRA. You can get them on health food stores and like that. They're just called veggie caps. They look like this, and you just open it up. They're empty. You can add your drops inside here, close it, and then take it internally so that you don't taste the essential oil. I always recommend taking it with food as well if you're just starting with essential oils and then drinking a lot of water. But we've had a lot of people, we're doing this Lighten and Glow wellness protocol. If you follow me on Facebook, you've probably seen it. And a lot of people that are using it are starting out for the first time using essential oils, and literally the comments on our group are just amazing. I mean, people are saying, I'm having more energy, my digestion's better, where people are having weight loss right and left. So essential oils internally are definitely a game changer for a lot of people. And of course, you want to make sure you get all the education and support so you can answer those questions and you feel comfortable using them. But that is one of the great ways to use essential oils, would be internal use. And some of the oils in here you can. Now, some oils you definitely can't. So if you look at essential oil and there's supplement facts on the back, that means they're GRAS, and that is from the FDA. It's called Generally Recognized as Safe for internal use. So oils like wild orange, that's just the rind of the wild orange, cold pressed, and then you have the drops of that. So I love adding wild orange to like a sparkling water or regular water. This is a great cleansing or detoxer. That has the supplement facts in the back. Now, an oil like Deep Blue, it's a blend, you actually see has a childproof cap, and then it has no dietary facts. Some of them have the childproof caps because if they have the oil Wintergreen, you absolutely would never take that one internally. Other oils don't have it because it's maybe not so strict, but it doesn't have the GRAS standard on it yet. So those ones just don't have the supplement facts in the back. That will let you know that you can't take that one internally. So it's pretty easy to see on the bottle. Someone said, why under the tongue? Love the veggie cap idea. Well, it's pretty easy to do it that way. So if you just have it on the go, so like a lot of people, you don't taste it as much under the tongue either. But a lot of people, if they have chronic headaches, actually like putting the drop on their thumb and holding it up to the roof of their mouth. That's like a pressure point. So they might add peppermint or frankincense, and that's a great way to help relieve migraines or headaches. And a lot of people like that way better than topical use. Some people with headaches, just adding the oil to the temples, behind the ears, and the back of the neck will take it away. Other people, the topical is the game changer for them. And a lot of people find that the supplements doTERRA has. One lady who's doing our Lighten and Glow wellness protocol, I just asked, how's everybody doing? Anybody have any testimonials? How's things going? And she said, this is the first week I've never had a headache for 1 week in a row. And so for her, game changer. So I'm really excited to see how it goes on. She just started it. But that would be a lot from most of the stuff she's doing is all internal use for the Lighten and Glow protocol. So yeah, really amazing. But yeah, under the tongue, in the veggie cap, either or, whatever you prefer. Everyone has a different personal preference when it comes down to internal use. So those are the three main ways. Of course, you can use essential oils, you know, in your Epsom salt bath. You can use them in serums. You can use them all sorts of ways. Those are just the general ways, which would be internal, topical, or diffuse, or aromatic use. Okay, so let us move on. We're going to go on to why doTERRA. So I sort of mentioned a little bit before, but I like to talk on this because when I first got started 6 years ago, I only went with doTERRA because my sister-in-law used the oils in front of me. I'd never heard of an essential oil before in my life. And I just had a 6-month-old daughter, and I was really trying to find natural options, but nothing was working for me. And she used these oils when we were on a family vacation, and literally was a game changer. All of her kids were sick. They never slept the night before. And then the night that she used them, they totally did. And I was like, well, what are you using? And she told me, she showed me, and it was doTERRA. So I didn't research anything, but I'm so glad I did go with doTERRA, because now 6 years later, they are the #1 essential oil company in the world. They are the most tested, most trusted. doTERRA has 5 levels of testing that's third-party tested, which no other essential oil company has third-party testing that they actually show. So you can go on to sourcetoyou.com, and on your own bottles that you get, there's a code for each bottle. You type in the code, and it will show you where your bottle was sourced out of, the exact testing on it, and everything. It's amazing. It literally, you know, silenced all their competitors about 2 years ago when it came out, because within the essential oil world, it's so shady. There's so many companies that's come out, and since so many people want essential oils, it's the new thing where you're seeing essential oils in everything, right? Bed Bath & Beyond, which is completely not natural. So many extra toxins added in their stuff, and yet it has essential oils in it. That is not going to be what you want, a therapeutic, pure essential oil. So doTERRA grows their oils in the ideal environments and are sourced all over the world. They work with the farmers hand to hand. They don't work with third-party brokers. They're an amazing, amazing company to give back and actually help the people that are working and doing the oils in the area. So these farmers that have worked there, you know, years and years and years with their family business. They have the best single oils, the blends. I love them. They have a full line of supplements. Like I said, that new protocol we're doing, a lot of people are getting on their stomachs, supplements and their vitamins, and really doing an overall cleanup of their body and home. So they have home products, skincare. So it's not just essential oil bottles. They have a lot of other products as well, which are all natural, clean, and have essential oils in them. The other thing is, when you think about essential oils, I always tell people, you know, think about wine. There's $3 wine, there's $3,000 wine. What's the difference? But if you're a wine lover, you definitely know there is a difference. The same thing goes with essential oils. You know, a lot of people farm the oils here in the U.S. when they shouldn't be. They should be going and sourcing them out of Italy, or, you know, all the different countries out there, Australia, and they should be farming them there, but it's easier to here. And so you're getting sort of the same thing where there's farmed salmon versus wild-caught salmon. The wild-caught has completely different health benefits. The same thing goes with essential oils. You want to make sure you're using a company where they're growing it and sourcing the best, because they could be cutting down that sandalwood tree when it's 10 years old, and to get the best benefits out of sandalwood, you're supposed to let the tree grow for 30 years and die on its own. These might seem like insignificant, but when you're looking for an essential oil drop to actually do something to your body and have a physical and emotional effect on you, you want the best quality. Otherwise, you're just going to say essential oils don't work for me, which is not true. It's just that you're probably not using essential oils either the right way or the right essential oil. So I always like to talk about why doTERRA for people. I'm pretty passionate about that. Okay, so now we're going to move on to actual oils. So let me go back to sharing my screen, and we will move on. So I'm going to be going over 8 different oils that are going to be in a starter kit. And then throughout this, I'm going to show you different photos from books that I love, so you can get a little bit more. I know teachers, we all like reading from books so that you just don't hear from me. I also have different testimonials from teachers in our group, so you can see what they're actually using and liking in their classrooms. And then I have sort of the ultimate teacher kit, and then those are going to be some add-on oils. So one oil that you absolutely need to have in your medicine cabinet at home or in the classroom would be lavender. So it's all things calming, calming for the mind, calming for the body. So it's sleep, stress, anxiety. Then if you think for calming for the skin, great for burns, for fevers. If you're having like sore muscles, Epsom salt bath is what my masseuse always tells me. You need to go home, have an Epsom salt bath, add your lavender oil. It's awesome. It's also calming to the body for like allergies. It's great for skincare, eczema, anti-aging. So great all over oil. But in the classroom, this is one that would be awesome. It's super gentle, diffuse, and great for calming. And you can add it in with a bunch of other oils too. So here's another one you can see from this book. It, has a lot of the other uses on there too. Colic, diaper rash, giardia, teething pain, but stress, anxiety, sleep, skin irritations, allergies, cuts and blisters, irritability, which we all need if you're a teacher, right? Or headaches and migraines. So a lot of different ways to use lavender essential oil. The next one is going to be wild orange. So wild orange is very refreshing and uplifting. I love, love, love the smell of wild orange. Using this in your classroom will just literally brighten the mood, make it smell better, and then you can combine it with oils like lavender if you want like a refreshing yet calming one, or if you really want that energy boost, I would combine it with like a peppermint oil. I love it. Or you can combine it with another citrus oil. I have a couple other citrus oils in this kit, like grapefruit or red mandarin, all the citrus, love it. It also helps with anxiety, depression, and stress, and it's great for immune support. So if you have sick kiddos, which a lot of people do in their classrooms, diffusing oils like wild orange, melaleuca, On Guard, any of those, lemon or lime are going to be great for mood uplift, energy, and also immune support. You can add it to your water for cleansing and immune support, and you can use it to clean as well. So a really great oil to have around. Again, this one goes over another book. This is from Dr. Josh Axe. He's one of my top favorite natural doctors. It's also great for digestion, household cleaner, mood, lymphatic drainage, and like I said, anxiety, immune system, and even cancer fighting properties. So that is wild orange. One study, I like his book because he has different studies. He says a recent study showed that orange and rose essential oil may relax the brain. About half of the test group was exposed to diffused orange and rose for 90 seconds. They experienced noticeable increases in comfortable, relaxed, and natural feelings. So awesome essential oil to diffuse in the classroom. Now, melaleuca, this is going to be a great one because it's antibacterial, it's antifungal. I think every teacher wants that. It's the #1 oil to use for lice. So I've even had some teachers make like lice spray, and you can, tell your classroom and in a little newsletter, oh, if you want to, get your melaleuca and add it to your shampoo, or get a little spray bottle, spray it on. You can do it on your hair every single day. A lot of our essential oil lovers in our group use melaleuca either in their shampoo or have a little spray bottle and spray it on their hair once a day if it's lice season. It's very cleansing, so it's great in your body if you get sick. It's one of my oils I put in, and you can either apply it topically, you can spray it on, diffuse it. It's great for DIY cleaning. It can also help take skin tags and warts off. I actually like combining it with oregano oil for that specifically, and it's in my Sick Blend. It's also great for skincare, so if you have acne or anything like that, or eczema or rashes, diaper rash, anything like that, melaleuca is going to be a great oil all around. So you can see Janet put, I'm not a teacher, but I'm an instructional aide. I have 60 kids that I work with, 10 to 12 hours a day. I have recess duty, all of these things. I use On Guard every chance I get. We'll talk about that oil in a second. Nightly, I use On Guard, lemon, melaleuca, and frankincense on the bottoms of my feet. I keep my Touch kit, which we'll be talking about. The Touch line of essential oils are pre-diluted, which I put 2 of those in the Ultimate kit, and I use that all throughout the day. And that's a reason why you'd want to make your own roller bottles, or you can get some Touch roller bottles because those are really handy throughout the day. And then Brittany put immune support. Seriously, she's a librarian. She says to get rid of those icky germs, she uses On Guard, lemon, frankincense, and melaleuca. She'll even take that in a veggie caps a couple times a week during the cold and flu season. And then she loves the roller Forgive and Cheer to survive daily life. Okay, the next oil we're going to be talking about is peppermint. So peppermint is great. It helps to cool down the body. So for fevers, sunburns, actual burns that you get from, the fire, or even hot flashes, peppermint is going to be a great oil for an overall cooling. It's also great for respiratory issues. So coughs, colds, congestions, breathing, and then digestive issues. So I know not just regular people, every teacher, on and off, everyone has, digestive issues, respiratory issues, tension headaches, allergies. So this oil sort of hits on a lot of those regular everyday issues that a lot of us have. So you can use it with wild orange in combination for digestive issues. For tension headaches, you could combine it with lavender, would be a great oil. And allergies, lavender, lemon, and peppermint would be 3 great oils for allergies. So a lot of people use those ones in the diffuser or apply topically and take internally. And like I said earlier, peppermint is great combined with wild orange or any citrus oil for energy and focus. It's a great one. So here's one research study in 2007. Peppermint oil was used to treat irritable bowel syndrome, 50% reduction in symptoms of abdominal bloating, discomfort, diarrhea, constipation, and pain. And then another study in 1994 showed peppermint and eucalyptus had a significant effects on mechanisms associated with headaches. So a lot of people love using that oil for headaches. Okay, this is one of my absolute must-have favorite oils. It's called the Grounding Blend. It's called Balance. So I think every teacher has to have balance in their life. It's the best oil, in my opinion, if you could only pick one oil for anxiety. So I know a lot of us deal with that. It's also great to ground the mood, emotions. It's one of my favorite smells. It's great for sleep and stress. And I combine it with a ton of different oils that I put in this kit. So you'll see oils like grapefruit, wild orange, lavender, serenity. I have my Xanax blend, right? And the personal Xanax blend is balance and serenity together. Or for sleep, insomnia, vetiver is in the ultimate kit. Vetiver, balance and serenity, great for insomnia. So lots of different ways. I love combining it with the grapefruit or the wild orange or the red mandarin. So I love balance for all of those kind of issues. One person said, I love having a diffuser in my classroom. It helps to set the mood in order to wake up in the morning and be calm during tests. I cannot live without my roller bottle blends. I keep a bottle of lemon in my desk to add my water throughout the day. And then Gina said, I diffuse balance. It relaxes all of my kids and gives them a teachable heart. Okay, the next oil is Deep Blue. This is a blend, just like Balance was. So that's where it's not just one essential oil like lavender in it. It's a blend of all the top oils that are great for soothing. So it's going to be great for calming your body for pain and inflammation. So I know a lot of teachers have back pain, lower back pain, neck pain, joint pain, all of that, muscle pain, fibromyalgia, arthritis. This is going to be a great oil for that. You would never take this oil internally. Some people diffuse it, but most people always use this topically. It's also great for tension, headaches, and relief. So again, fibromyalgia, whiplash, bruises, headache, bone pain, muscle pain, all of those kind of things just from this soothing blend. Okay, you guys have heard about On Guard already from a lot of the teachers. I think this is probably the teacher oil people are saying they can't live without. It's a blend of all the oils that are great for immunity or protection, right? So for the immune system, you can use this every single day on a roller bottle. You could add Melaleuca or wild orange to it. You could apply it topically. You could also add it to tea or Manuka honey. If you're sick, I take it internally for sure. You could diffuse it. It actually goes in and kills the germs in the air, which is amazing. So instead of everybody breathing in all the sick air, it's actually going to go in and cleanse the air. Rather than, diffusing candles, you might think makes your classroom smell good, but most candles are toxic. And the candles are having carcinogens and you're breathing them in, and that toxic overload on our body is literally one of the huge issues of why so many of us are getting, autoimmune, cancers rampant, all of these kind of things is because we have a toxic overload on our body. So rather than using, hand sanitizers or sprays or all of these Glade plugins, use something that smells great and gives you health benefits. So you can use a DIY hand sanitizer. You can use it as a cleaner for your desks, all sorts of things. On Guard is one of the top ones for that. So cold and flu, immune support, airborne viruses, mouthwash, cold sores, MRSA. It's even shown to kill. People have used it in hospitals, gum disease, cavities, so many ways to use On Guard. Someone said, I'm a pre-K teacher and I always have the immune blend with me. I diffuse On Guard all the time. I take my On Guard beadlets and diffuse in my classroom. I love lavender, eucalyptus, and spearmint. Now the next oil is Aroma Touch. It's a blend called the Massage Blend. So this is going to be great too if you deal with, that tension, and if you just need to check out and relax at the end of the day. Oils like Balance, Lavender, and Aroma Touch are going to be your best friends. You could do an Epsom salt bath with Aroma Touch. It's going to help with your body for circulation and relaxation. You could take this to your masseuse if you go get a massage and she can add it in. One of my favorite things to do, and it's also great for emotional support. So adrenal fatigue, back, neck, and shoulder pain, post-workout stress, high blood pressure even, headaches, muscle tension, all of those kind of things with the Massage Blend. Now this is going to be the oils that are in the smaller teachers getting started kit. And you can see we put together charts for you, so it's really simple. You can look at this diffuser one and say, okay, I have anxiety and mood. What do I want to do? Lavender, balance, and wild orange. And in the diffuser, which I'll show you in a second, that you get with doTERRA in the kits, you just literally simply fill it up with your tap water and you add your drops. Normally you're going to add anywhere from 5 to 10 drops total. So if you were going to do your anxiety and mood blend, you literally would just fill it up with your tap water and maybe add 3 drops of each oil, and then you're good to go. So it's super simple. That diffuser runs for 1, 2, and 4 hours at a time. So if you want to change it up in your classroom and do one mood blend in the, in the beginning, and then an energy one at the end, or, germs and then calming, whatever you want, you can change it up. So I really like this diffuser because it doesn't run for like 12 hours. Most teachers probably want to switch up the blend maybe once during the day. So this is the kind of charts and recipes that we have, so you actually know how to use your oils once you get them. Here are the roller bottle blends that go just with this kit as well. You can make all of those ones in there. And then again, we have little cheat sheets. So you could either, take a photo of this on your phone and be like, oh, what all can I do with On Guard? And it just tells you right there in a nutshell. So you can sort of get an idea of what those bottles actually do for you. Okay, so that is the Intro to Oils kit for teachers. This is my mini kit for people who are on a tight budget. You're going to get everything in the photo. So it has all 8 oils. It has the fractionated coconut oil. Then it has the 4 roller bottles, Muscles, Calm, Energy, and Immune, so you can make those. And then if you see, there's a hashtag Teacher Life oil. I always, always, always like to make this blend myself. It's one that I came up with that I think teachers love, and I've got so many teachers that have gotten it over the year and said, oh my gosh, I love this blend. So I'll make that one for you. It's some oils that are outside of this kit, and then I'm going to send that one to you for free as well. Then you'll see the little gold pouch is another freebie. It fits all 5 of those roller bottles, so you can take it on the go. And then one oil I'm going to talk about in a second that you get for free is you actually get, in the photo it's a small bottle, but you get a large bottle of red mandarin. So we're going to talk about that one in a second. It's an amazing oil, and that's doTERRA's free oil for this kit this month. Then you'll also get the diffuser, and you're going to get the full book, the doTERRA Essentials, which goes over each of the oils in-depthly more. So that's $150 plus tax, and then shipping is only $4. And now we're going to go on for the ultimate essential oil kit for teachers. I handpicked some special oils that I wanted to add on if you have a little bit more wiggle room for your budget and you really want to jump in. So I'm going to show you those. Let me just see if anyone has any questions real quick. Okay, C2, so let me stop my share real quick and see what are pulse points. Laugh out loud, sorry, I feel like yeah, pulse points. So it all just depends on what your issue is. We just did a class last night at my house on emotions. And so my sister did a whole chart, and specifically if you were using essential oils to help renew or let go or things like that, she has the whole chart, which again, all of that we have uploaded in our private Facebook group that has over 3,000 members, and we have tons of ebooks and charts and recipes. It's all there. And then depending on what you're wanting to use it for, it'll go over what area to apply. Now, if you're using it more for just general issues like immune support, you can just apply it in those general areas, like I said, the neck, down the spine, the bottoms of the feet, all of those kind of things. Oh, and Wendy said, I like the wild salmon analogy. Yeah, it's sort of crazy. I mean, we're starting to understand with food, right, the difference. A lot of people are choosing organic and things like that. And it's the same thing with essential oils. You can't just go to Walmart and pick up your $5 frankincense and think it's going to do what a real bottle of frankincense is going to do for you. So, all right. So I'm going to go on to the next add-on oils, which I'm really excited about. So let's go look at those ones real quick. Okay, so these are my ultimate teacher add-ons. So one of them is going to be lemon. You've probably heard a lot of people already mention lemon. It's one of the best oils for cleaning in the classroom. So again, it's going to be very purifying. It's a great mood uplifter. It smells great. It's a natural Gooby Gone. So for me, as a homeschool teacher, I homeschool my kids, and I'm around them doing art projects and everything nonstop. This is my favorite oil to use to get anything off. Sharpie marker, glue, nonstop stuff, gum in the hair. Always use lemon oil. I love it. It's also for allergies. It's in my Get Well or Immune Support blend. Helps with sore throat. So lemon oil is a great oil to have around. It also is great for lymphatic drainage, clears mucus, mood, all of those kind of things. So boosts the immune system. Now, vetiver is a really interesting oil, especially for teachers. That's why I put it in here. It's also great for sleep and insomnia, which a lot of teachers deal with. But it's super helpful for studying and concentration. And it can be used to help calm anxiety. And it's the #1 #1 oil for ADD and ADHD. So take a look at this. A study that found that vetiver oil is effective in treating children with ADHD. Lavender increased overall classroom performance by 53%, cedarwood by 83%, and vetiver by 100%. So it's an amazing study. It was done, Dr. Josh Axe is the one who's quoting the study. It's in one of his books, but this is a really great one. Also helps with focus, boost energy levels, anti-aging benefits, a lot of things for vetiver, but specifically for teachers, you can see it serves as a study aid, help with nervous anxiety, nervousness, ADD, ADHD, insomnia, all of those kind of things. So I love vetiver. Grapefruit oil is one of my personal favorites. I love the smell of it. I love adding it to my water. It's the #1 for your metabolism. It's a great gentle detoxer. It will smell great in the classroom, super energizing and refreshing, mood uplifting, and can reduce stress. So again, you can just see all of those, and I feel like a lot of us need those kind of things. Also an appetite suppressant, energy, all of those. So grapefruit would be a great one. It's like sort of more for you maybe than some of your students, but I think you'd love adding this oil for yourself personally. Lime essential oil, great for coughs, colds, and congestions, which I know sometimes you get sick. So that would be a great one. Also great for antioxidant. And then mental clarity and great for energy. So chronic cough, cold, sore throat, cold sores, antioxidant, you can add again this one to your water. Mental clarity, you can do it in the palm of your hands, cup of your face. A focus enhancer, lots of different things like that. One lady said, I teach first grade, so I need all the energy and immune support I can get. She used a couple other oils like neroli, jasmine, and magnolia. And then she said, I love freshening up the room with green mandarin, lime, or wild orange. I try to, when my students are out of the room, before or after. I do other oils for own health, like thyroid or adrenal support. One teacher said, I keep lemon, lavender, and peppermint combo really close for headaches and allergies. No one likes a sneezing teacher. And then I use On Guard hand sanitizing spray. And I'm glad to say that I am adding the On Guard hand sanitizer spray into the kit for the ultimate one because it is a game changer. I'm also adding in the Motivate Touch roller bottle. So the touch means it's already pre-diluted. It comes in a roller bottle for you, so you don't have to dilute this one. It's the encouraging blend. So it's going to help with discouragement, motivation. It's also great for aiding in depression. And then it gives you, as far as physical stuff, a gentle detox. So I know this is, a lot of us have those moments where you're discouraged, you need the motivation and all stuff like that. It also helps with adrenal fatigue, which a lot of women deal with. And down at the bottom, you can see Motivation Monday. Use this blend, the encouraging blend, add a citrus oil like a grapefruit. It'd be an amazing one. So those are great oils to use. And then the Forgive blend. A bunch of the teachers said they loved this roller bottle because, let's be honest, you probably have to do a lot of forgiveness for students and or maybe other teachers in your life or family. So this is the Renewing blend. Helps to counteract emotions of anger, guilt, helps you with contentment, relief, or patience, and critical thinking. So attachment issues, all of those kind of things is this Renewing blend. And again, that one's pre-diluted for you, so you can apply it right away. Then red mandarin is that oil that I said is free this month, added onto the small kit and the large kit. They've never released it before in the large bottle. That's why there's not a great photo of it. Sorry about that. But it's great for digestive support. Great for skincare, so you can add it for cleansing and toning on your face. Helps with cellulite. So does grapefruit oil. And it's also great for mood and energy oil. And again, this book goes over that. Also helps with constipation, digestive issues like IBS, uplift, and energize. So just another citrus oil to help with a lot of things. And then Serenity. Okay, this is the last oil, I believe. And this is one of my most favorite ones. It's a blend that's called the Restful Blend. So it's all the top sleep oils added into one bottle. And it also is great for mood support. So if you can't shut off your brain at the end of the night, this is going to be an oil for you. If you want it more for stress, I like combining it with Wild Orange and Balance or vetiver, a lot of those. My friend who had insomnia she couldn't get rid of, she did Serenity, vetiver, and Balance, and she added it to the bottom of her big toe, which is the brain on the Chinese foot chart. She also diffused it and did like a linen spray, added it to her chest, and literally it was the first time she was able to sleep through the night. So it was a really exciting story for her. Also great for the calming of the mind, ADD, ADHD, anger, restlessness, hormonal balance, mood swings, things like that. So that is the last oil, I believe. This teacher said, I'm a 6th grade teacher. I cannot live without the diffuser in my classroom. I usually do peppermint and wild orange for alertness during 6th season, On Guard and wild orange. I also have the On Guard spray, which again, I said I added into the kit. All of those to kill the germs nonstop. I use the sick blend myself, or the stress blend when I need it, and the On Guard capsules for 6th season. And then Patty said, I love using Serenity and Lime in the diffuser. It calms the kids down but keeps them alert and participating at the same time. I also love the sanitizer spray, and I do it once a week on their desks at the end of the day. She makes her own, or you could, use the On Guard one. And then the other teacher commented back that she loved that idea. On there. So then if you are ready to get started to make over your medicine cabinet, I'm going to go over a little bit. Like I said, this was an old slide. We actually have now, I think, 3,200 members in our private Facebook group. If you don't have a Facebook, no worries. We have a fake Facebook account that you can log in with. And then we also, of course, have all of our ebooks and charts and recipes. We can just email you as well. But we do have a lot of great community and education. In my opinion, if you get started with oils and you don't have a community group, you're really not going to get the full benefit, because you are going to have questions without a doubt, and we want to get those questions answered for you. You want to continue to learn about oils, and you won't unless you literally have all the time to do it yourself. So that's what I found over the years, that everyone said, I want to use oils, but, and most of the time it was just that they didn't know how to. So thankfully with our group, there's really, if you want to learn in person, online, over the phone, on a video chat, in an ebook, there's all sorts of resources no matter what. So I'm going to give you a little peek into our private Facebook group real quick. I'm going to share my screen. So you can look at over here. This is our private Facebook group, and it's called Obsessed with Essentials, over 3,000 members. And you literally can go into the group and you can type in anxiety and then whatever word you want, and it's going to pop up all the past posts on anxiety. And you can see lots of active comments, 11, 13, 24, 7, 8. So you can see all of these different combos, because everyone's body's different. Or if you said you had stress, or let's see, like, fever, you can type in fever, and then all of these different fever posts. You can also go over to our photo section, and then in our photo section, in our album section, we have tons of ebooks. So if you go over there, we have every kind of ebook you want for green cleaning, full body health, back to school, toxins, babies, romance, DIY recipes, cleanse, that lighten and glow protocol, everything like that in a full ebook for you. We also make sure you can get photos and recipes and charts, and we do different, this was that one that I told you about we did for the gemstones last night. So we just did a class last night, and then we upload everything right there. So you can see all the recipes for the gemstone roller. So this is all free for anyone who's a part of our community. You'll also get right away an Intro to Oils ebook that will walk you through all the basics of all the oils that I just talked about. It'll tell you again how to use them aromatically, topically, internally, dilution charts. It'll go over some roller bottle recipes, some diffuser ideas, how to clean your diffuser, some everyday cheat sheets. So we really just want to make it so it's super easy for you to use, and there's no reason that you won't. So you'll have all of those resources for you. Let me go back here real quick. So when you get a starter kit with doTERRA, that's what we normally recommend, because then with a starter kit, you get a bunch of oils to really make sure you actually use them, because normally if people start off with 1 or 2 oils, A, they don't use them, or they go to use them and it's not the ones they want or need. And so with a starter kit, you can see so many of those oils you can use for so many different things. So you're really gonna cover about 80% of your health issues, or the ones in your classroom with these starter kits that we talked about today. And you get a membership included for free. Normally it's $35, but in the kit it's free, and it's just like Costco. So you get a flat 25% off. You don't have to sell, you don't have to order monthly, nothing like that. It's just a straight discount. And then for ordering, you get a lot of freebies that we'll be sharing about in a second. And of course, like I said, you get the support group as well. So we have the smaller option, which is the Intro to Oils kit for teachers. It's $150 tax, and then shipping is $4. And then you'll get that free red mandarin. You'll get all of the essential oils. This one will be a pre-custom blend for you, already blended, and then the pouch. And then you'll get this book as well. So that's $150. Or if you're like, I really want to get the ultimate kit, you'll actually be getting the free Serenity oil as well, the free red mandarin, and then you can see I added a bunch more roller bottles as well. So liquid Xanax, asleep, Focus, Renew. You'll still get the diffuser, and then you added on all of these at the bottom. So you're going to get the lime oil, lemon, vetiver, grapefruit, Motivate, Peace, and then the On Guard hand sanitizer for only like $100 more. So it's $258. So it's a lot more oils and freebies for the larger kit. So it fits in your budget. This is definitely the one to go to. This is a limited time offer. They have different freebies and stuff like that at different times. So you definitely want to get this sooner than later if you want to get everything that's in the photo. So that's the kit tonight. If you did think you wanted to get started with it, I'm going to show you how easy it is. I am going to email you off. Now, I know some people jumped on that are from my team, and maybe someone else that's a friend that does doTERRA as a business underneath our group sent you. Make sure and go talk to them and have them help you sign up. But if you did find it through me and my Instagram or something like that, then I am going to email you a link straight after this, and the link will go straight to the kit. So it'll give you both options. But if you want to get started with the Ultimate Kit, the link will bring you straight to this. So it's super easy. It'll have the entire enrollment kit for you. Normally it's $200. You're getting it for $150, right? And then we're doing these add-on oils. So you're going to get the Forgive, the Motivate, the lemon, vetiver, lime, grapefruit, On Guard hand sanitizer. Then when you click the sign up now, the red mandarin and the serenity will show up at the end of your cart. So you'll get all of those oils for the $258 plus tax and shipping. And then I will send you off the extra freebies that you saw in the photo. And then if you do order tonight, actually in my email, I have a couple more freebies that I'm adding on. So make sure and check out that email that I didn't even talk about yet tonight. So that is a little bit of essential oils for teachers. Let me see if anybody has any other questions. I know it's a lot of information, but hopefully you guys learned a little bit more about how you can use oils, the 3 ways to use them, why we love doTERRA, why I definitely think getting into a support group is key. If for some reason you already did sign up maybe years back, but you haven't ordered oils in forever, you can reactivate underneath our group. So if that's you, you can email me. I can give you details on that, and then we can help you get started with oils too again, so you actually use your kit. But yeah, if you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to reach out. For those of you that came, followed up through me, I will be sending you an email right after this. And then if you want to get started, you can follow that link, and then it'll notify me once you get started, and I'll send you a follow-up email, get all of your freebies sent off, and get you added to our private Facebook group. If for some reason one of those kits didn't look like the perfect fit for you, we can customize it, but they are pretty great kits, so I hope you guys like them a lot tonight. And if you have any other questions, feel free to direct message me on my Instagram, Obsessed with Essentials, or you can email me, obsessedwithessentials@gmail.com, and I would love to help you out. If you do have any friends or family that are teachers and you want to get them this recording, then you can let me know. I will have it recorded, and I can send it to them as well. So hope you guys have a great night. Thank you so much for joining in, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.